Hello, so today we're going to learn about solving linear equations, and this is under the college algebra review. So the first problem says we have 3 minus 2 times x minus 1 equals x minus 10. So basically we just got to solve for x. So let's FOIL this or distribute this negative 2. So we have a 3. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2 equals x minus 10. So what I'm going to do is so we have a negative 2x and an x, so I'm going to get rid of this x because I only want x. So first let's simplify. So let's simplify the left side. So we have a 3 and a 2, so that would be positive. So this would be negative 2x plus 5 equals x minus 10. I'm going to subtract this x because I only want one x. So that gives me negative 3x plus 5 equals negative 10. So my goal is to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 5. So this is negative 3x equals negative 15 because negative 10 and then negative 5 is negative 15. And then I'm going to divide everything by negative 3. So x should equal positive 5. So x equals 5, but first you must check it in order for it to work. But I already checked it, so it's true. X equals 5. So let's do another one. So number 2 says we have x over 2 minus x over 7 equals 1. So what I'm going to do is first get a GCF. I'm just going to do the left side. So I'm going to only do this part first. So I'm going to get a GCF. So what's the common denominator, the greatest common denominator of 2 and 7, which would be 14, right? Because if they don't have a common denominator, it's always the multiplication of both of them. So 2 times 7 is 14. So what do we have to multiply here to get 14? 2. And we do it on both top and bottom. What about here? We need to multiply it by 7. So the numerator is 7x, because 7 times x is 7x, minus 2x over 14 equals 1. And then let's simplify. So we have a 7x and a minus 2x, which is 5x over 14 equals 1. Okay, so I want to solve for x. So what can I do? I can cross multiply. I can rewrite 1 over 1 as 1 over 1, because that's the same thing as 1. And then we just cross multiply, right? You know how to cross multiply this and that. So 5x times 1 is 5x equals, and then 14 times 1 is 4. And then you divide it by 5, divided by 5, and then x equals 14 over 5. And then you should check it, and I already checked it, and 14/5 works. So this is your answer. So this one, third one is y times y plus 2 equals y squared minus 6. So first I'm going to, so our goal is to solve for y. So first I'm going to do the left side, and then I'm going to distribute this y. So we get a y squared, because y times y is y squared, and then y times 2 is plus 2y equals y squared minus 6. So let's get some of these y. So I'm going to get rid of this y squared by subtracting y squared from both sides. So these y squares cancels. So on the left side, you're left with 2y equals -6. And then you just divide everything by 2. So y equals -3. And then I checked it, and it's true, so y is -3. Let's say the last one. So we have 2 bracket, not parentheses, x minus parentheses 1 minus 3x bracket equals 3 times x plus 1. Okay, so what will I do first? I will start on the left side, and then remember pandas? I'm going to start with the parentheses. I'm going to distribute this negative, so it's going to be x minus 1, and then negative times negative is positive 3x. And then don't forget that bracket, because you have to multiply this bracket means everything. So let's simplify what's inside the bracket. So we have a 3x and an x, which is 4x, and then minus 1. And then here on the right, let's just distribute this 3. So that's 3x plus 3. Okay, now let's look on the left side. I'm going to distribute this 2, and bracket means everything. So from here to there, so 4 times 2 is 8x. Then 2 times -1 is -2 equals 3x plus 3. So my goal is to solve for x. So we have an 8x here and a 3x here. Let's move this 3x, but we can move it by subtracting 3x on both sides. Notice I'm not going to divide 3x, because when you divide 3x over 3x, you're left with 1. And we want to get rid of that whole 3x, move that whole 3x. So if you subtract the 3x, that's how you get rid of it. So 8 minus 3x is 5x minus 2 equals 3. And then you add 2 on both sides. So you have 5x equals 5. And then you divide both sides by 5. So x should equal 1. And I checked it, and by checking it, you put it in the original equations, and then they should equal each other, and it's true, because I've done it. So x equals 1. You always got to check, because sometimes it might not work. And that's it for this section.